Shannon, what are your thoughts? Some of those like neighborhood watch things? Or?
So I do like those. I do like the Nextdoor app. We've actually had a lot of times where it's been handy. We had one day, which was really crazy. We had the police on a high-speed chase, and this is at my old house, and they actually ran a guy into our neighborhood where you can't go through the neighborhood. So he's stuck in the neighborhood. And I didn't know anything. I had actually walked outside, and I just heard this car went by so incredibly fast, and it almost terrified me. I didn't know what was going on. And then I realized, oh my God, the police are chasing him right down this tight neighborhood where kids play and everything. Yeah. And I went inside and I locked my door, and my Nextdoor app started dinging me, and I started reading. So it was kind of good because they locked down our neighborhood. Everybody had to stay inside. We turned off lights. We locked all our doors, but we were all sitting there talking like somebody's in my backyard. You know, I'm on this street. And it was kind of nice to feel like a little more secure that I wasn't just home alone with something going on, but the entire neighbor was vigilant about it. And everybody was, working together. That was extremely helpful and made me feel very safe in a situation like that. My husband wasn't home. There were 3 people. They had actually ran into a house. So they actually knocked a hole in the side of one person's house. They fled. They jumped out of the car. They were running around the neighborhood, hiding in backyards. I was home alone with my teenager, I mean, I have guns, I have dogs, but we stayed inside and we were very scared. I was very worried about it, but I felt really safe knowing that I had that app where everybody was in the same boat. Everybody was talking about where they were, the police, I can see their flashlights. They're in this backyard right now. Just stay inside. Very helpful. I also like the watchdog, family watchdog ones that will tell you about sex offenders in your area. You could be living next to a sex offender and they may not be registered, or you don't know it. That's understandable. Nothing is 100%. You could be living next to a sex offender and God knows why they ended up on that list and they're not a threat to you at all. So, it's not the end all be all, but I do like it because I've had families before want that information from me. I can't give you that information and I don't want to be the source of that information, but I love being able to tell someone where you can go and just do a little bit of work, where you can get some statistics from the police department, where you can watch those sites and see where they're at. Because, somebody with small children may not want to live in an area that has 4 sex offenders within one block. I mean, and I could understand that. That's high security too. If my kids are going to be out riding their bikes, I want them to be in a neighborhood where anything can happen, but I want them to be in a neighborhood where I don't feel like I've got to lock them in my backyard.
That makes a really good point too about you should know your neighbors. Whenever I had the issue at my house, it was right whenever the kids should have been leaving for the school bus. I called all the neighbors with kids.
That's right.
Like instantly, because the police can only do so much.
That's right.
Like with the high-speed chase.
It's up to us.
They're doing something.
Yeah.
So it really is up to you and the community.
That's right. We have to share the information that we have.
Yeah, knowing your neighbors that's another great one. I mean, get to know the person across the street and the people next to you, and the 1, 2 doors down. Check in on them because they're going to check in on you, especially when something like that happens. You can get the word out pretty quick, which is nice. We're winding down. We only have a few minutes left. Great discussion, but I'm going to go to the speed round. The question of the day is, what is the most important form of security that we need? Shannon, I'm coming to you first.
I don't know. They're all so important. I would say probably the inside security with having a healthy house and things like that. Everybody has the potential of being broken into or things like that, but you're more likely that your house is going to burn down or you're going to have a gas leak. Those are probably the more likely for most people of things that you can keep in control of.
That's a great answer. Gosh, I thought you were going to fumble that one.
I know.
She doesn't ever fumble, does she?
No. Makes us all look bad.
I know. Hey, producers, do you mind, messing her up a little bit? Because we need a little help here.
Make the audio bad on that part.
Just kind of crush the audio a bit. Aspen, what is the most important form of security that we need, in your opinion?
I was going to say similar. I think you need things like, it's nice to have the security cameras, but you need smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, fire extinguishers. My kids, their rooms are on the 2nd floor. We have window ladders for them in case there's a fire, because that's much more likely than someone breaking into your house. So I agree. And if you see an issue like my water going into my house, fix it right away. Just take care of things right away and don't let it build up, because then it can become a much bigger issue and a health concern than if you just deal with it right away. But I agree. Inside. safety.
Great plan. Great point. But I do like the plan. I forgot about that. When we were kids, we had the plan. Like if a fire happened, you would go this direction, or if it happened on that side, you'd go that direction.
Teach everybody, get out of the house. Don't go look for everybody.
Yeah. Meet up at a certain point.
Yep.
Leave everything behind except for the cookie dough. Grab the cookie dough.
That's right.
And the dog.
Mary Elizabeth's probably already there trying to sneak it out anyway. So grab it before you run out the door.
You don't have any left.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Great point, though. Have a plan with your family. Paul, what is the most important form of security that we need?
Mine was a plan. That was mine. I remember one thing that we had when we were kids was a code word. You know, we have a lot of missing kids getting kidnapped, so we always had a code word. If you were having somebody go and pick you up at school or pick the kids up at school, they say, well, here's the word that, I know that you're not.
We have that, and we
creep.
have, if the kids want to get picked up and don't feel comfortable at a friend's house, we have a code word for them to text us or call where it won't sound suspicious, but we know that.
Yeah, I don't want to ride home with them.
My daughter's used it before, so that's a great point.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, at least think about safety.
Yeah.
The more you think about it, I mean, you can't overthink it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the more you have a plan, the more you have considered every possibility, the better off you'll be, the safer you'll be.
I agree. And with AI nowadays, and they can emulate voices and all of those things, this is becoming really important, but they can't necessarily guess a code word. So code words quietly that you establish with your family are an important thing, and they're coming back. That was a thing that we did many, many years ago, but now they're more important than ever. Have a code word with your family for different things, but don't establish your code word around Alexa, right? Don't stand next to Alexa.
That's true.
And and figure out what your code word is. And then I think mine, what's the most important form of security for me would just be awareness. Like just become aware of what's going on in your house. We do have some big shrubs right by our front door that someone could hide behind. Yeah, the battery, it does need to be replaced in our carbon monoxide tester. Maybe I should, now that I know more about radon and how it can really affect you, get a radon test. So awareness is a big thing for me. I think the more aware you become, then you can start to take action in different areas in your life.